Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and the Houston Texans have activated quarterback Jeff Driskel to the active roster after he had a very good game against the Cowboys, and the Texans just shocked the Cowboys defensively. As you know, their defense, they prepared for to deal with a Davis Mills quarterback, and they had to deal with Davis Mills throwing the ball, and they had to deal with Jeff Driskel running the ball. Jeff Driskel did a great job not only throwing the ball. He threw 3 passes for it was 3 for 4, 39 passing yards and a touchdown, and had about 60 rushing yards in this game, and was phenomenal at making the Texans' run defense better and driving the Texans down the field. How do the Texans prepare for this? So that's what we're going to be talking about. How do the Texans prepare for this? Do the same thing against the Chiefs? Something I've been thinking about all week is the Chiefs, they're prepared for this. The Cowboys were not. The Cowboys, they did not know that the Texans, what they would be doing with this Jeff Driskel. It took them by surprise, and it really didn't until the fourth quarter. They really couldn't really learn how to stop it until the fourth quarter. They were able to start stopping Jeff Driskel at the running or whatever the Texans were doing. So How would the Texans be able to have success against the Chiefs when the Chiefs, they'll look at film from the Cowboys game and their defense will recognize what the Texans are going to be doing with Jeff Driskel. If he comes in the game, they'll know that it's going to be a run play. Even how good of a runner Jeff Driskel is, it won't affect the Chiefs. If they prepare for it, it will not succeed for the Texans. I don't think it's a good idea to go to the Jeff Driskel as much as we were doing against the Cowboys on Sunday. There would be like almost a whole drive where Jeff Driskel would come in, and then if there was a third down, Davis would come in because Davis is more of the elite thrower than Jeff Driskel. So I think that against the Chiefs coming up this week, it's not going to be a pretty game, and that's what everybody was saying about the Cowboys game last week, and that was almost the upset of the year. So I say, if we do the same things that we did last week, then why can't we compete? I don't think that this will be a close game at all because the Chiefs and how good they are and how good offensively they will be against our defense and all those things. But, without Dameon Pierce, that takes away about 55% of our offense, maybe more, if Brandon Cooks and Nico Collins might be out. So in that case, I say, you continue to do what you're doing with Jeff Driskel. Maybe hope that it will shock them a little bit if you keep going there. And, the Texans running game without Dameon Pierce is going to be, very, how would I say this? It's going to look different. I don't know what to expect to see from Dare, or however you say his name. I always forget his name. Dare, as the full-time starting running back. We've only seen him as the backup. So it'll be interesting to see how he does as the full starting time running back. So the Texans, this is a decent move by activating Jeff Driskel. I'm glad that, by doing this too, this means Kyle Allen is not going to have to be a healthy scratch, because the Texans brought in Jeff Driskel last week against the Cowboys, and because of that, they did not have Kyle Allen available. And I'd like to have Kyle Allen available just in case, Davis gets hurt or something, because in reality, Jeff Driskel, he's a great pocket runner and a great quarterback at running, and he's a decent throwing quarterback. But if Davis were to get hurt, I think Jeff Driskel, as the full-time starting quarterback, I don't think he would look that great. I don't think he's not that great of a passer. He's a decent passer, and so I think the Texans, I'm glad that they have 3 quarterbacks available on Sunday against the Chiefs, because Jeff Driskel, he's not really playing the quarterback position. He's kind of playing like I hate to say it, but he's kind of like playing a Taysom Hill role, but he's not catching the ball. You're seeing him. Well, Jeff Driskel last year, he started playing tight end at the last game of the season, or last couple games of the season. So Jeff Driskel, he's kind of like a Taysom Hill, but with his running, and he could throw the ball if you need him to. He's kind of like the Texans' Taysom Hill, but he's nowhere close as good as Taysom Hill. But we'll see how the Texans proceed with their offense this upcoming week against the Chiefs. After they stormed the Cowboys by surprise, and I'm sure the Chiefs will prepare for the Jeff Driskel running and then the Davis as the throwing quarterback. But I think it was a very smart gameplay against the Cowboys. But do I think it will work against the Chiefs? I think it could work at some point, but not as much as it did against the Cowboys. Especially now that Dameon Pierce is out of the game, because a lot of those plays that did good against the Cowboys, Jeff Driskel will give it to Dameon Pierce. Now Dameon Pierce is not playing, so it should make the Texans' offense even worse. And I'm really excited to see what the Texans' offense does without Dameon Pierce, because he's been their bread and butter all season. And possibly if Cooks and Collins is out, I can't wait to see how the Texans' offense does without those three guys. And it will show us as Texans fans what this offense is without Pierce or without Collins or without Cooks. And so, yeah, that's it with the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on the Texans activating Jeff Driskel and what you guys think the Texans will do coming up to game day on Sunday against the Kansas City Chiefs. And peace out. Go Texans.